10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, and welcome to Dax Chats. In this episode, I'm getting to speak to the girl from Canada. She moved all the way to Nashville in 2017 and started forging her career. We just spoke to her recently about her latest single, It All Falls Down, but now she's got a brand new song and she's felt this for quite some time. She's lived out of a suitcase with a guitar, and she's felt like she's had 25 cents in the ashtray. And that's the name of her latest single. Today, Dax Chats to Katrina Burgoyne. Here she is.
Hey, mate, how are ya?
I'm all right. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here today. Good to talk to an Aussie.
Yeah, it's great talking to Aussies. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So tell us, you got a brand new single out. It's called 25 Cents in the Ashtray. Talk us through the song. Let us know where the story came from.
Yeah. Well, I moved out to Nashville in 2017, in January 2017, with 3 suitcases, a guitar, and a dream. I came out with $15,000. And, you know, when you move countries, when you move with nothing, and I know you know this, the same feeling, that you don't plan for, shampoo, soap, shower cap, all those little necessities you've got to go out and buy. So I bought myself a little beat up car and got myself settled in, and pretty quickly my money was dwindling, but I hit the ground running and was knocking on people's doors to try and find work and try and find income. And, some days I wouldn't know where money was going to come from to pay the rent. But somehow, I don't know, a leap in the net will appear, but 25 cents in the ashtray came from really starting my life from scratch all over again and not having an awful lot of money to support me, but I did it somehow.
And that's the funny thing for us travelers, as you know, I'm in China, and yes, when I moved across here, I came with nothing, basically exactly the same as you, a suitcase or two plus a guitar, and started this new adventure. And I even found that when I had to go back to Australia, I went back to Australia. I've been back to Australia twice, in 2018 and 2019. It's like starting all over again, like you can't carry everything with you back. So you end up, sort of just starting again from scratch. And I've done that a few times now. It's not fun.
Jeez, it's not. And it kind of takes you a few years to build. Every time I get a little bit of extra money, it was like got extra money, and I'm like, well, maybe I should move into my own apartment. I was living with a roommate, and she had a studio there, and it kind of was like not really working. I had a little teeny tiny room, and that was basically all I sort of had. So there was no living space or common area, and so I ended up coming across an apartment that was a couple of $100 more. And I thought, okay, I've got to do this. So you then you go to the apartment, and then all of a sudden you need things to cook with. You need, I'm sitting on a couch I bought at a garage sale for $150. And, you build your life from nothing. And it's funny when you move countries and you have to start all over again, things like $150 couch, I kind of go, well, why would I want to upgrade it? Like, it does the job.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, I can just imagine if I have to go again, like my studio, I'm thinking I've got 2 computer screens and the thing on the desktop and all the mics and all the accessories that go with it. I'm like, how am I going to pack all that? You can only take 20 kilos on it.
Yeah, international. I think I paid an extra $200 for another bag or something like that. Yeah, plus a bag. it's a crazy little life, but I guess that's what we do when we're gypsies and we have a dream. You just chase the dream, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I obviously I watch your socials a bit, and I saw a story about the making of this video clip for 25 cents in the ashtray, and the the vehicle that you were using in the film clip on the last day of filming had an accident.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened there.
It's almost like everything that could possibly go wrong happened on that film clip. And it's my bass player's car. And it was horrible. You know, he's so kind letting us use it. And he was driving it he was actually going to do a photo shoot that day. And he's like, well, let's just kind of meet somewhere near there. So we're kind of following him, but we're a little bit behind, like, you know, and we get this phone call saying, hey, I've had an accident. And so it was heartbreaking for everyone, but and we had like a few days left to film. Not just that, actually, Steve's camera, my boyfriend's camera, we did everything in house. So Steve actually filmed it, and his shutter broke. And so between the first day of shooting and the last day of shooting, we actually tried the second attempt was when he had a car accident. The third attempt was when we got it. You know, Steve had his camera all out on his desk trying to fix it because everything's closed. You can't get a photography place to repair it. So it was like quite an adventure, but it made a great story that we've got it all in the vlog. We vlog everything. So it's all on YouTube, which we love. And yeah, it's a cool adventure. Go check out the video. It's really cool.
Yeah, I've seen the video. It is cool.
Yeah.
And I've actually seen the new one you've thrown out, the live performance of it. Which
thank you.
You also did for the live stream event that you did.
Exactly. Yep.
Yes, I remember that.
You're on it. You're all over it.
You know me.
I love it.
So yes, all of those are on YouTube, and I guess I don't know what's happening in America. Is it opening up again? It's
only just started opening up. We actually went to a bar on the weekend. The first time I've actually been out all year, probably, to be honest.
Yeah.
And like even before COVID, I didn't really go out. I don't really go out much, but and it was packed out. But we went to a karaoke bar off the beaten track that no one really goes to, and I don't think they were abiding by the laws. But the real law is at the moment is that there's only 50 people in a bar.
Right.
So and musicians are going back to work somewhat.
Yeah.
It's still tough. I've got some venues that have closed down and not opening. And so yeah, it's kind of like I got to kind of find work again. But and it's only started this month. So this week, really, like this weekend was the first weekend that you know, bars were opening.
I have seen our mate Troy doing a couple of live gigs. Which
I know that's really cool. Yeah. So Pockets has been open, and I was asked to play Pockets, and I said to the guy who booked it, I said, look, I can't do that. I think I was playing a house concert up in Chicago, because I've been doing some house concerts and some other things to try and figure it out, you know. And I said, but I've got a mate from Troy who would love, he doesn't have Pockets is a great place to start when you come to Nashville. And you get a bit spoiled there. It's actually, say to start, people are in Nashville for years to try and get on a Pocket stage. And Troy's been playing Pocket, so I'm so glad I put him on a Troy, and Troy's been playing there, and they've become best mates. They're good mates, but you know, who wouldn't love Troy?
Absolutely. I mean, and I'll tell you what, he put on a good show that day. I mean, he live streamed the whole thing, and you know, just the banter he had with the audience was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I love that.
He really did show that he was a showman.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so good for him. I'm glad that he's moving on. You know, now obviously COVID's still a big thing, and it's gone all the way to the president now, which is strange. But then the president turns around and says it's nothing more than a a virus. It's no worse than having the flu, and he's back in the White House today, and crazy man he is.
I try not to talk politics, but yeah, I think it affects everyone in different ways. I've had friends that have tested positive but didn't have any symptoms, but they only tested positive because they had to test for work. And then I've got a friend who got really sick by it, and he still gets whenever he runs or works out, he has inflammation on the lungs. So I think it affects everyone differently, but I'll try and stay out of the political debate.
Well, you have a friend over in we all have a friend over in the UK. I didn't even know Kieran Lancini. He had it.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I
didn't even know. And when I interviewed him, he told me what he went through, and wow, he went through a nightmare. So as you say, it affects everybody differently, and that's why I still stay at home. I don't go.
Well, I'm such a homebody that like I've lived my best life. Apart from all of the bad things that's happened this year, politically and health wise, but economically, for me, staying at home has been amazing because I'm such a homebody, but I'm always having to be out working or writing or doing stuff. I'm like, I needed some home time. I needed some couch time. I needed some Netflix time. So I guess you can only take the good away, right?
That's right. So now everything's slowly starting to come back. So what's coming? I mean, I know you've got an album on the way. It's, but we're going to roll that out in dribs and drabs before we get there. We know that.
Yeah.
So what's coming for us next?
So I've got lots of singles coming. So we have so much music coming, and we're kind of treating Spotify as another social platform now. So it's just like, on Spotify, you can go to my Spotify account, please follow me. And on Spotify, I have playlists. I've got a Made the Cut playlist with all the other artists that have cut my songs. Then I've got the the new Nashville playlist, which is all the up and coming musicians coming through Nashville. So you can discover them before they get discovered. And then I've got the best of Australia. And so I'm starting to get a few followers on these playlists as well, which I absolutely love and adore. So, but yeah, so I'm trying to release consistently and connect with people on Spotify, show them the music that I love.
So you've got a personal group that I've just entered on Facebook. You invited me the other day, so I went, oh yes, please.
Yay! It's called the KB Club.
The KB Club, that's right.
You're a member of the KB Club.
Oh, yes, well, it's better than the Outback Club.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I love the Outback Club too.
I like that too. Yeah, it's true. But KB Club sounds so much better. So, okay, you've got the KB Club for your close personal fans. You've got Katrina Burgoyne Facebook page. You've got your Instagram, of course, your YouTube channel where you throw content on there pretty regularly.
Every Monday we post a new video, and it could come from anything.
You have been talking about changing the day.
I have been talking about changing the day. I feel like I normally do 10 a.m. on Monday, and that was just something that was advised by, YouTube specialists, but I look at it and I go, well, most of the people who watch my YouTube right now are Australian. So I actually am thinking of changing the time or the day to now. I've kind of put up enough videos. I know the hotspots when people watch it, and it's the least hotspot ever on the map. Yeah. So I'm thinking of maybe even like a Saturday afternoon at 6 o'clock, which would be a Sunday morning for my Aussies. So just trying to think of other times to post, or even a Thursday. We go live every Wednesday at 7 o'clock Central Time, which is Thursday 10 a.m. Australia. It's probably a different time now over there because I know they just had.
If it's, hold on, let me see. 7 a.m. 7, is it 7 a.m. for you? No, 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Yeah, it's normally like 10 a.m. on Thursdays.
For me,
otherwise with the time change. Oh, what's it for
8
you?
o'clock. For me, it's 8. For me, it's 8 a.m. And for the eastern states of Australia now, that would be 11 a.m.
11 a.m. I love that. Okay, I didn't realize you were just a few hours behind earlier.
Yeah, I'm in the same time zone as Perth, so we are now 3 hours.
That's amazing.
We are now 3 hours ahead of Sydney.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah. So you're not too far from. It doesn't feel so far from home, you know.
I'm still
actually. Although everyone speaks a different language, I'm sure it feels a long way from home.
Well, with the business wise, I'm still in an Australian time zone, so that still works for me. So yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
That's the great thing. I'm not in Nashville. However, if someone wants to bring my radio station to Nashville and sponsor me to come to Nashville, I'm all for
it. Like that. If you're listening out there.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't matter. United States, Canada, bring it on.
All fun.
It'd be fun. Yep. So new singles on the way. Obviously working towards a new album. Steve is doing amazing jobs behind the scenes and as part of your band. He's the videographer, the producer, he's just the wonder man. He's like
he's a Swiss Army knife. I keep saying that to people, but and it's so funny because so Steve's my boyfriend, for anyone listening that isn't aware, but Steve and I met and we went on a date and we connected because of our passion for film and photography. Mm-hmm. And, it was our second date. I went to his house to pick him up, he lived way out of town at the time. And he said, do you want to come see my studio? Mm. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he means my recording studio. I'm like, I didn't even know you did music. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, not seriously. I just play around on the weekend. So he showed me this amazing studio. He just worked a normal job. Anyway, so music has been something that he'll play around. While I'm at a gig, he'll be at home playing around, creating stuff, and he'll play me some stuff. And he'd, play guitar at home and stuff like that. But it was something that he was like, oh yeah, right. He was kind of very humble about it, Mm-hmm. And this year he had produced a few demos and stuff for me as well, which I thought were really great. Demos, but demos and full production is a different thing. And when COVID hit and lockdown hit, he lost his job and we all of a sudden had all this time on our hands. So he kind of turned around in his desk chair and he goes, well, why don't we make a record? He goes, you got so many songs. Why don't we just make a record? And I was like, okay, let's do it. Yeah. And somewhere throughout lockdown, my music thing became our music thing. And it's just I'll write the songs and I do the marketing and the graphic work and all that kind of stuff and the singing, of course. But it's very much a duo. But the other half of my duo is behind the scenes. He does the production. He does the filming. He kind of helps me create content to push out to the masses. It's pretty amazing.
And he's damn good at it. And
he's very clever.
And I tell you what, as a producer of a, radio ready material, he has done a phenomenal job. Absolutely.
Thank you. I'll tell him that because
So tell Steve that we're very happy with what he's done.
He's allowed to stick around, all right? I'll tell him that. So, basically it was March 16 when I played my last gig and I come home really disappointed. I said, that's it. Everything's closed now. We're in lockdown. And we actually had this, he had this vision for a long time of doing Facebook Lives. He goes, I think lives are the next thing. I think lives is where it's at, Katrina, and I think you need to do it. And so he convinced me at the start of the year to purchase this little device where you can switch cameras. And because we're camera geeks, we already have the cameras, right? So I had it there and I set it to the side and we never did anything with it. And then March hit and he goes, let's do this live thing that I've wanted to do. Let's do it once a week. Actually, we did twice a week to start with because people are at home hungry for it. And you know, the product that he can produce from this thing is such high quality. It just like blows everyone else out of the water for live streams. If I do say so myself, from his behalf, not saying from my behalf, but from his talents. Absolutely. And so we've just had a blast. And, you know, every Wednesday I'll sit down and I'll make sure I've got content, like video content to put in this live stream. So I'll make sure that to make the show like a show. I'll kind of create the show format. And then because we've had all this extra content that we've been creating for the live stream, like, why don't we put it on YouTube? So it's been a really great effort to kind of make this video content and put it on YouTube and share it with a live stream. And if you watch the live stream, you get it earlier. Sometimes if you're part of the KB club, I put a little sneaky peek out there today on certain things that are coming up. But yeah, so it's all fun. I love it. And I love connecting with people, making new friends online. It's the funnest thing. And I've actually just discovered TikTok. I'm addicted to it.
Oh, no.
I love it.
Oh, no.
Love it.
Not you too. All right.
Yeah, I'm hooked. I'm hooked in, and it's so fun. Like, I love it. Today I made a little video of Eli, what I do with Eli when he is really needy. Mm-hmm. So I love that. And I shared a new song today on there, and yeah, just doing some covers, some singing, some covers and some originals, and talking about I don't know, I feel like.
Do you think TikTok's going to be a huge thing? Like it's sort of growing in popularity, and then you've got, you know, again, you don't want to talk politics, but you've got government saying they want to shut it down because of spying and what have you. And now an American company's actually bought TikTok so that it can stay open in America. Do you think it's going to be bigger than, you know, say Instagram?
I don't know, to be honest, but there's something really unique and special about TikTok, I do think. And the algorithm of TikTok is amazing. Like, you can get discovered by so many different people, and they might not follow you. And so I love that. You have the opportunity for so many people to find you, hear your music. And the fact that, like, TikTok is, okay, so like Facebook came out recently that as of October 1st, you can't play music and stuff like that. They want it to be, which I don't know. I'm yet to do a live this month. So I'm still got to find out if we can do originals. I don't know. I'm going to do it. I don't know the actual.
So what we've heard so far, the Australian community anyway, well, APRA has basically now said to Australian artists that they can continue doing their live streams until January now. So I think Facebook's backed off a little bit where that's concerned, because this whole COVID issue, there was no way that artists could go out and stop doing what they're doing.
I know. Yeah.
Get out there. So I think Facebook's backed off a little bit, and they've said you can continue doing these live streams up until January now.
Wow.
However, when you're doing it, mostly you're doing original material. So as long as you're doing original material, they can't stop you from doing it.
That's awesome.
And again, they say, you know, this is what Facebook keeps saying. This is to connect family and friends. Well, my God, if it's not family and friends you're doing this for, then you know, like,
absolutely. Well, I think that too. But in saying that too, I do think, okay, family and friends. Well, then I would love a refund of the money I spent on Facebook advertising to try and build my. You know what I mean? So if it is just family and friends, I would really love a refund, but that's a whole other thing that I get heated about. But, you know, we have
the same problem, like, you know, since they started with the new interface and all this talk about, you know, Facebook is for family and friends, and we're going to get rid of the music and stuff like that. Small businesses, not just musicians, but small businesses have lost their reach on Facebook, and so even these interviews aren't getting out like yours do, because you obviously share it to your crowd, and your crowd go wild over it. So the last one, you were the highest reach we've had in your first interview. Yes,
that's so cool.
over like 1,600 views from our first interview, which was fantastic. But all of the regular independent country artists, some of them are getting less than 100 views, and it's gradually gone down. And by the 1st of October, I think I did the other day, Kevin Sullivan, I interviewed him, and his one had 15 views, and it was just like, well, where's
oh gosh, yeah, that doesn't even
we're tagging the artists, we're tagging, we're doing, we're doing hashtags, we're doing everything we can to get it out there, and it's just not getting there. And I actually had somebody, I went live personally myself yesterday to talk about something on the Country Thunder page, and had an artist message me later on that post saying, I didn't get the notification that you went live.
Wow.
So yeah, we just don't know what Facebook's doing. I think I think not only are they destroying the whole idea of having music on Facebook, they're destroying small business. And again, why do we have these pages to begin with? Why do you want to create business?
Well, and that's why I did the KB Club, the group, because I know that if you're a part of the group, you get notified, and you get a little notification. So you are more than welcome to post any of your stuff on my group as well. I've got a few people there, but you're more than welcome to. But yeah, and that's why I actually started utilizing Facebook ads throughout COVID this year. I had done it before, but I do it now as well, just because I call it green light warm traffic. So basically, like when I could talk to you about it for ages. I'm very geeky with this stuff. So like basically, if you post 2 or 3 posts, and if I'm a fan of yours and I'm a fan for yours, 2 or 3 posts, and I do not like or engage on those 2 or 3 posts between the last time I engaged, it will no longer come up in my feed. So that's the thing. So it's kind of like, so what I do is I'll have like $1 a day budget where I've just got one post that will kind of be sent out, and I change the post all the time. So that goes to their feed so they can like it. And yeah.
Wow.
There's lots to learn. I can send you a little marketing course I did that you can have a look at.
Absolutely.
But I don't know everything. I'm just trying to figure it out myself, because it's frustrating. It's like you constantly feel like you're not getting heard, and you're putting in the work. And then all of a sudden.
Good. And what you've just done is just given us good information for every artist out there. That is just awesome. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. Well, and like the thing is that I sit here and I beat my head up against a brick wall. I think, oh my gosh, I like the sacrifices I've made, like I'm so antisocial because I've got to the point where I work every weekend that my friends don't invite me anywhere anymore. And, even in Nashville, a music town, like I'm always out. If I'm out, it's for a purpose. It's because I've become so like focused on work and focused on achieving and focused on doing these things that I sit all day and I'll learn things. Like I'll learn marketing, and I'm trying to always grow my business. I'm obsessed with it. It's really bad, really. But then, then you see like people get discovered on like, I just happened to post this and it went viral. I'm like, are you for real? I've been trying to learn how to do this for ages. You know what I mean? And you kind of go and you beat your head up against a brick wall and go, why do I bother?
Who was that girl? Who was that girl? She's in America. She's been all over the
Priscilla
Block.
Priscilla Block.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like she's amazing, and she's so great.
One of her songs is on my radio station because she got requested, and I had no idea, but she went viral on TikTok, and I'm like,
yep.
And then she's got radio interviews all over the place. And now she's been signed.
She just got signed. It's amazing. It's an amazing story, and I'm so happy for her. So happy for her. But it's one of those little things. Like there comes a point, like there's hard work, and then there's luck. And send all the luck my way. That'd be great.
Absolutely. We could all use a little bit of luck.
Absolutely. Yes.
All right. Well, obviously it's been great to talk to you again, and I'm sure we'll be doing it again and again and again and again. I do love talking to you. And And look, I wish you all the success with the new track, 25 Cents in the Ashtray, and what's to come. I love waiting for what's to come.
Yay. Well, thank you. I'm so excited. Check out the music video. Don't forget to follow me on Spotify. Add me to your playlists. Everyone's support means a lot. I feel so very blessed for people who have been cheering me on out here. It's been bloody tough, and to go to like the last dollar, the last 25 cents in the ashtray. I'm not far from 25 cents in the ashtray, particularly this year, but definitely, in a much more secure place. I know that now I'm not as frustrated creatively. We can make things happen ourselves on a 25-cent budget. So yeah, thanks so much for everyone supporting me. And thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And
Yay.
I tell you what, you're doing big things there. And I really do wish you all the success with what's to come in Nashville for you, because you have, worked hard for the last 3 years to get to where you are right this second.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot.
No worries. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Katrina Burgoyne, and her latest single is 25 Cents in the Ashtray, and you can find it on Spotify. Please go and follow her on Spotify. Follow her on Instagram, on her Facebook socials. Join the KB Club. All of that on YouTube. TikTok now, of course, and also you can listen to her tracks. It all falls down, and 25 cents in the ashtray, on the Country Thunder Network. Just go to this website, countrythunder.com.au, and you can request the song straight from the player. And what's more, you can vote for them in the Country Thunder 20. The voting form is at the top of the page. This has been Dax Chats, which is proudly supported by Neon Horse in Stanhope, Victoria. That is Katrina Burgoyne over there. And I'm DJ Dax. See you later.